Hey online family, Hanita Shaman here again. We're going to be working on our business startup and business success series. Today we're going to discuss a couple of things you should consider when wanting to develop or start a new business. The first thing we're going to be speaking about is business type. Now, this has to do with what type of business you are looking to develop. There are a few options to decide from. You can go into business as a sole proprietor, an LLC, which is a limited liability company, a corporation, or a partnership. Some things you may want to consider when deciding what type of business you're looking to open are the company's size. Yeah, this could mean the physical location, but most of the time when we're speaking about the company size, we're talking about how many employees do you project that you will have to hire in order to properly operate your company, or that you would want to operate your company at the capacity that you feel most comfortable. The second thing you would want to take into consideration is your company's trajectory. This is something to take into account for more reasons than one, especially when developing your business plan, which we can definitely discuss in a different video. But what do you want for your company? Where do you see your company growing? Is it something where you would feel comfortable staying at the same level that you're operating on when you develop it? Do you see your company growing into a franchise one day? Would you want to open multiple locations? These are all things to take into account when thinking about what sort of business you would like to open. It's a lot easier to build your company in a way that has the ability to support the growth you're looking to achieve, rather than having to create entire new companies to then support where you're trying to go. Certain business types are easier than others to expand upon or to change when necessary. The third thing you would want to consider are your business needs. What type of liability and insurance protections will your company need in order to operate safely? What sort of protections will you need as an individual business owner to make sure you not only protect your company, but your own personal assets? Also, what sort of tax needs would you be interested in receiving? This is definitely something we can discuss more in a later video. But there are different companies that have something called double taxation or pass-through taxation. So you really want to know what works best for you. The fourth thing we're going to be looking at is how are you going to be operating this company? Will you be operating this company alone? Or will you need a business partner? Truly take this into account so you know exactly what works best so that your company can be operating as a legal entity. And I guess you can say that this can partner in with company size also, but we already discussed that. The second category we're going to take into consideration is company location. So first things first, is your business an online entity, or does your company need to operate through a physical location? Consider where your customer demographic is predominantly located. Do you receive most of your customers through online traffic? Although this may not mean that you should only operate via an online company, it definitely means that that's where you should put the bulk of your investment. It's best to utilize tools like analytics and things that different websites can provide to you for you to get a better understanding of where that demographic is located. Is it a specific industry that you're marketing toward? Where is that industry located? Where are the potential customers who interact with that industry predominantly located? Where can you locate yourself where you would be a part of their daily interaction, or be able to put yourself in a place where you will be seen by this specific customer demographic often? Let's give an example of this. Let's say someone is looking to open up a gas station. They may ask themselves questions like, where can I locate myself to retrieve the most amount of clientele that I can? Does my gas stations have the ability to pump gas for industrial trucks and CDL trucking? Would it be best to locate myself in a trucking stop? What about a busy highway or a neighborhood predominantly centered around warehouses? Where can I locate my business where I'll pull in the most amount of clientele? And then they can go and scour the location that is in their state or wherever they are to find that for themselves. The second thing pertaining to location we're going to be looking into is what state would you like to register your business in? You may not know this, but not all states are created equally when it comes to registering businesses. Different states offer different pros and cons. Things like whether or not there is a state tax, a federal tax. These different taxes come with different percentages. Certain states also have city tax. What information does the state require for you to provide them? And how often would you need to provide those things? What are the regulations surrounding whether or not you can register your company in a specific state? So becoming informed and educated in these regions can truly set you up for success. The third thing we're going to consider is how would you like to move forward with obtaining a property for your business to operate in? Will you be taking over a previously owned business in the same field you're looking to start your property in? Or what about purchasing or renting a property that has already been established for a company in your specific niche or your specific field? Will you be building a brand new company, purchasing land? Or what about converting a previously owned property for an entirely different business into a business that suits your property? What is the route that makes the most sense for you, your company, your financial needs and resources? And what routes are you willing to take in order to successfully achieve getting your company up and running? There are other things to consider, like how much space will you need? Is it possible for you to rent out an office or a small sector of another pre-existing building or business? What about renting out office space in a specific building already dedicated to your field or niche? For example, owning or renting a floor in a pre-established medical center if your business is, let's say, a medical company. Let's say you're starting your own dentist practice. Is this the best route for you? So just take a few of these things into consideration.